Oh, and also there's a party happening later. It's a secret.
It's at a pizza place.
Yeah, for Sharon and Eva, the two people who are my old team, so you know them. And we're so excited. So shh. But right now we're gonna go minister to some people in a market. Yay!
Yay!
We did market ministry. We met our friend Peggy Mamba. He's coming to the party with us. You want to tell my friends and family about yourself?
Hi, how are you guys? I love you. Christ is in me.
Oh, Christ is in him. Praise the Lord.
So everyone direct towards Eva. And Eva, you can open your eyes and try to defend yourself.
Okay.
Before we get started with the evening's festivities,
We have a national anthem.
please rise.
Yeah.
Come on, Lord, show us. Your hats and buffs for the singing of our national anthem.
The doing of our national anthem and the United States Constitution preamble.
Yes. Hashtag America.
We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America.
We're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let it be known that I'm not making
So,
statement. I just
thank you all for honoring and respecting the nation's flag. Now I'm going to turn it over to our MCs for this evening. Madison Goforth and Shiloh.
Welcome to Swaziland, everyone! excited for a good night? It's midnight, am I right?
Come on.
Like you said, I'm your host, Madison Goforth, and this is my co-host.
Bob Saget.
And we are excited for a splendid night. Let me just tell you what we're going to have in store for you tonight. So tonight is going to look like a lot of things.
What's that, Madison?
I just get really excited, so I think I just wanted to go ahead and start singing.
Oh, okay. Fair
Okay,
enough.
sorry. So what we're going to have tonight is a lineup of many beautiful things. What was that, Shiloh?
I don't know, but I like it.
All right. My night. It's my night. Can't you see it in your eyes? It's my night. Oh, we got a big surprise. It's my night. We're gonna bond with all our friends. Gonna be performers till the very end. Can you hear it? It's my night. So what we got?
So I also would like to welcome you all, ladies and gentlemen, to a night of fun and memories. So without further ado, I would like to present you with our opening act of the night, brought to you by none other than the absolutely stunning women of the former team of 6, Tigress.
Those are my teammates!
So, our act isn't actually an act of us, it's an act of y'all. We have randomly selected our victims. Very random, not at all organized. So we need Hannah Green, Savannah, Georgie, and Caitlin Casey up here. Okay, so we're going to play Chubby Bunny, but both are going to be blindfolded. So the one putting the marshmallow in their mouth cannot see the mouth, and the one putting the marshmallow in their mouth cannot know where their mouth is. So, please decide who is going to have the marshmallows and who is going to...
Oh, do we beat? Are we trying to beat them?
Yeah, you're trying to beat them. Okay, so there are 24 marshmallows in each bowl, and we're going to try and see who can get them in most in your mouth.
I'm so ready to win! Okay.
There might be a prize, there might not be a prize.
Is it timed?
Yes. 1 minute.
Oh, you want me to shove it?
We're just going to go with it. Just like
Yeah. We'll go left and right, left and right.
We're just excited.
Okay, I don't have a time.
Is it Georgie and me?
What's the time limit? 1 minute.
All right.
My phone is.
A minute.
Got it?
Get set.
Spray stuff on us or something if we do it.
On your marks. Get set. Go.
Come on, Sam!
Go, Sammy!
second. That was incredible. The black stuff was a twist. I was not expecting that. That was beautiful. Okay, up next we have two very important women. Their names go together, and they sound great together. Actually, I'm thinking of a different scale. I take all of that back. Up next, we have two very important women at the same time, and they're going to be doing something that you would have never thought they would do. This will actually blow your mind. Sydney and Kay, give it up!
Let's go, Kay!
Hey! Hey!
You know what these are? These are grapes! You know I'm allergic to grapes! What are you trying to do, kill me? I thought we were friends! And I threw it on the ground! Who wears a baseball cap to a talent show? And it says New York! You're not even from New York! I live there! And I threw it on the ground! Seriously? Another PB&J sandwich? I know we're on the world race and everything, but I didn't pay $18,000 for a freaking PB&J! And I threw it on the ground!
Feel that.
I was walking down the street one day, and someone came up to me and asked, "Hey man, can I get a picture with you?" And I said, I know I'm not a celebrity. Oh, sorry. I'm not a celebrity, I'm a missionary. And I threw it on the ground.
Spoken word.
Come on! Emotion!
So I wrote this 7 years ago, but God told me to share it tonight. So it just dealt with my life and how I didn't recognize who I was anymore. And so I don't have it memorized yet, but here we go. As this garden of scars spreads across my heart, and the flowers failed to blossom, as the thorns of this world dug deeper and deeper, it seems that I had forgotten. The roses don't bloom, the daffodils don't grow, and the color of my heart was no longer white as snow. The cherry red of my sin made the garden of my heart look so appealing, yet I know it for what it was. A trap, a lie, a false sense of self to where I thought that I was okay, to where I thought that I wasn't doing anything wrong. And God is a forgotten tree, hiding amidst the bloodstained greenery. Where did I go wrong? How could I be so blind to let my sin overtake that which God had made new? Oh, that's right. I forgot while God was working his plan for me, the devil had a plan too. Every rose is not without its thorns, and I'd forgotten that ever since I was born, that I was born with sin, that I was born human, that I was born imperfect, but yet God, yes, God, the author of all things good, chose to make my life his canvas, his garden. He handpicked me to become a masterpiece. But not just any masterpiece. He called me his own. As his own, I was special. I was set apart. I was redeemed. However, I got so lost in being free, I forgot how to be me. As I masqueraded around with an angelic halo over my head and a smile on my face, I hid away the thorns that I started to embrace. I forgot how to live as Christ did. I forgot to make Christ my first love, and in doing so, I no longer had my eyes set on above. As my scarlet ocean began to drown me, as I began to flounder in the ineptitude of my own faith, I began to see the scarlet as a way of making my garden beautiful, of making my garden become in essence a wraith, a ghost of who I was, an image of holiness but in reality brokenness. I began to put on a front where I would walk in my own garden and not even recognize my own self. So the question remained,
Would I continue to let the scarlet-stained garden tarnish my heart, or would I let God in again to give my garden a fresh start?
Fair enough.
You know, his
Fun,
words,
yeah.
they just speak to my heartbeat.
What is that? What?
I don't know. What do you think about it?
I don't know, but I like it.
Hey. All right, Sean's words got my heartbeat, my heart popping out of me. Throw it down. I can't do with this. Pick it up. Throw it. My heartbeat. Oh man. Okay, that was beautiful. You know who we got next? Yeah.
Ryan!
All right, Shiloh, what we got next?
We have the man made of muscle performing something.
Give it up for Ryan!
All right. So I've got a special talent for you all. It has not been revealed to anybody here. I have to give a parental advisory. This is PG-13 and up. Relatively world race appropriate. Feel free to cover your eyes if necessary. I do need a volunteer.
What?
Miguel, perfect. So this is a little wisdom that I picked up from one of my favorite movies. My family actually loves when I do this. I was kind of teaching them how I've been able to attract people in my life. And so I grabbed this from a very wise woman. She cuts hair. I forget her name, but she's in Legally Blonde. And so it's a little move that I like to call the bend and snap. And so Miguel, I just need you to ask me if you can borrow my pen. And I'm going to demonstrate what the bend and snap looks like.
And that's my teammate.
Hey, excuse me, Ryan. Do you have a pen?
Yeah. You need a pen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one right here. 1 second. No, I got it.
Oh, thank you.
And that's the bend and snap. One more time. It's just a simple drop. Oh, I got it. You just push them out of the way. Make sure you got your room for the bend. And snap.
No easy transition from that. So up next we have Kay.
I need it in front. Sorry.
That's my fault. I got you.
Okay, so I once held my breath underwater for 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
What? Yeah.
But I don't know if that's gonna happen because I'm kind of out of breath right now. But we're gonna see how long I can hold my breath under the water and hopefully get to 2 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath before. Come on, Kay. Come on, Kay. Come on, Kay. Let's go, Kay. Let's go, Kay. You can do this, Kay. Come on, Kay. Come on, Kay. Make it over 3 minutes, Kay. Come on.
All right, let's do it. Go. Don't pass out, Kay. One. Wait. I gotta catch my breath. 1, 2, 3. Tell me when to go.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my.
It's in there. It's in there.
What does that mean?
2 minutes. Are you?
Are you all right?
To be alone for the rest of the night.
2 minutes and 3 seconds. story of your life?
Embarrassing story of my life. One time in Eswatini, I had to put on a weird shirt and braid my hair in 2 braids and do a commentation thing for a talent show. It's pretty embarrassing.
Wow, who would make you do such a thing?
That's a good question, Madison. But anyways, our next act is a song and dance duo. It's very beautiful. It's going to be performed by Jacob Coulter and Cody Harvey. Okay.
You guys are amazing.
Absolutely not.
Go, boys.
Wait, there's no.
It's interpretive.
It's Kansas party.
Dirty dancing.
Dirty dancing.
Full commitment. That's all.
It was put together splendidly. All right, so our next act. Y'all know her for her voice, but there's something about her that you don't know. So she's about to actually show you her most beautiful talent that you've ever seen in the whole wide world. Give it up for Melissa!
Does anyone else have some more water? No. Sorry. Yeah, girl.
Let's go, Naples!
I must tell you,
Come on, Nape City.
it takes a little bit of time. So has anybody got some jokes while I chug this? Jump. Who's there? Who's there? Your mother? Not there yet. Just wait. It's well worth the wait, boys. There's something cooking. Not there yet.
Need some caffeine?
I can make some Nestle.
My stomach actually hurts. I didn't think it would take this long. So the thing is, I'll tell you a story while we wait. I was raised by wolves. Their names are Aaron and Rocco. They're actually my brothers. For that reason, I can burp like a man. And to prove it to you, I'm gonna do it tonight, but like I said, it takes some time, so I'll tell you a story. One time when I was in high school, so picture me even smaller than I am right now. I was in high school, I was at my best friend, Madison. Madison. I was at her house and we were talking about how I can burp like a saint. And it was around that time that her 24-year-old brother walks in through the door and he says, yeah, what about it? We'll have a burping contest. And I was like, all right, I am about it. So I go into the garage, I get us 2 sodas. On my way to the garage, I just so happen to belch. He's inside the house.
he hears me belch. And he looks at Madison and says, I'm out. So, maybe I'll burp. But the thing is, I don't think I've ever had to do it in front of this many people. Such a crowd as yourselves. You look beautiful tonight. So, I'm gonna drink some more water.
Oh, it's over there.
Knock, knock.
It was worth it.
I really think I might throw up if I do that. Which I think would add a lot tonight. But I just don't think it's necessary. But if you keep your ears peeled, or not, if you are wandering around and it sounds like there's an earthquake, or maybe Bigfoot is making his appearance, or like, there's thunder in the sky and Jesus is returning. You might be wrong. It might be my belch. And you might see a Kay throwing up because she hates burps. So, this is good night.
The shadow on the right consumes her, swallowing her confidence, her pride. It reflects imperfection, relentlessly a reminder that she's forever to be the beast, far from beauty. Constantly asked by people with pretentious concern, my God, what happened to your face? Were you in a fight? Her wits always want to respond with a no. Not recently, but I believe at the time of my conception, there must have been a battle between competing chromosomes that left this permanent bruise right here on my face. Any further questions? But instead, she responds with a smile. No, it's just a birthmark. Well, it's beautiful. Okay. So I guess bruises are beautiful now, huh? Well, I guess if you go with the saying that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but behold her. A young girl who gets beat up by her reflection, so she turns to L'Oreal for some minor protection, hoping that the makeup would make up for her facial imperfections. Was taught the opinions of society and found the connection. To be beautiful, you have to be symmetrical. Big eyes, straight nose, and a body that's electrical. A beautiful woman is easily detectable, so sit down, young ladies, and take notes. Because to be beautiful, a C average just simply is not acceptable.
Come on. Oh, dang.
So now I pose the question, what truly is beautiful? Because these days it seems like beauty is supply and demand. The true definition of beautiful is sinking like quicksand. The one that says beautiful starts from within. The one that's written on the genetic code of every man, created in the image of the great I Am, originally reflected in him, Adam. But our forefather was deceived, the original sin, opening ways for lies to creep in. Our perception of humanity is now infringed by him, the serpent. He who blinded their eyes, leading to man's great demise. Don't you know we've been hypnotized? Led astray by the father of lies, the one who denies our birthright. To reign in truth, out of darkness in God's light. To inherit his beauty, perfection in his sight. He made no mistake, creating you was his greatest delight. Because all of him plus all of you. All your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfection. The way your hair curls when you ask it to lay straight. The way your freckles on your face were strategically placed. Your slightly crooked nose was a pleasure to create. There's nothing about you that God does not appreciate, even that greenish black mark on your face. If you start to believe any different, lies creep in, leaving you alone and afraid, remember this one truth. Cling to it as your only aid. You, my love, are uniquely, wonderfully made. Crafted with purpose and thought up even before the foundations of earth were laid. You can't escape it. Beauty is grafted into your DNA. Try not to stray too far. Be beautiful. It's simply who you are.
Come on.
I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel like heat with somebody. I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves with somebody who loves me. She is creative and she has the voice of an angel. Her name is Hannah Latone, singing her very own song.
Let's go!
Let's sit. Okay. Okay, so when we were in Thailand, I read through Hosea. And me and Sydney were sitting in a coffee shop one day, and I was just processing through it after I had read the whole book. And I just like looked up and was like, Sydney, I think I just wrote a song. And so I wrote it for the girls in Thailand, but I also wrote it for myself and maybe for some of you guys too. Little girls become betrothed to lies. Little girls are left wondering why. Little girls have big stories. But our God is changing shame into glory. Valleys of trouble turn to doors of hope. Find you in the wilderness at the end of your road. I'm giving up control and I'm coming back to you. No other owners on my lips, it's just us two. Even now lies confuse the truth. Even now lies are taking root. What if we let this truth take root? Believe that you are his greatest pursuit. Days of old turn into days of hope. He'll find you in the wilderness at the end of your road. You've been found out and you are still so loved. You've been washed clean by the blood. Never condemnation, only restoration. You alone can say we are betrothed in love and compassion. It's only by your name. Never condemnation, only restoration. You alone can say we are betrothed in love and compassion. It's only by your name. Your name. Little girls become betrothed to lies. Little girls are left wondering why. Little girls have big stories, but only God can change your shame into glory.
I would download that.
So good. Yeah. Yep.
Thank you guys so much for coming out for the night of fun. You made it really fun, and I want to hear a big round of applause for Maddie G.
And for Shiloh.
And maybe we can do this again at the next All Squad month.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Done. We're done. Thank you so much.